What a game, Ashley Westwood. I believe madness was the word you used to describe this in our chat conversations last night.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think, obviously, Japan going 1-0 up, everyone was shocked and couldn't believe it. And then to go 2-0 up, everyone was doubly shocked. And then you think, that's it, it's definitely game over. There's no way Belgium can come back from 2-0 down. I'm not sure the exact stats. I'm not sure if it's ever been done before or whatnot, but you just think they're dead and buried. Then a double substitution, an absolute freakish goal, you have to say, real, good fortune. And that just turned the tide, really. It just shows you that sometimes a bit of luck can come in and things change. You can talk about tactics, whatever you want. He's not playing well, this lad's not doing this, mistake here, mistake there. And sometimes it's just as simple as a little bit of luck, and it gave everybody a lift.
Was that what it was, Eugene? Was it luck that won the match for the Belgians? Was it a fair result on the back of the performance that we saw from Japan?
Oh, fantastic encounter indeed, but a brave performance by Japan. But it was a kind of game that after they scored 2 goals, like how long can they hold on, you know? And it's a kind of game for Belgium, like it's one goal that they need that can change the whole game. And like coach said, it's luck. And the goal that they got was very lucky, and unfortunately, Japan had to bow out.
You can't help but feel sorry for Japan though, Ashley, because on the back of that performance in a match that nobody really gave them a chance in, but they they created some great chances, they defended with their lives, and heartbreak at the end.
Yeah, I think everyone was talking about Belgium overpowering them physically and probably even speed wise, but I think the Japanese played some precision football. There wasn't many stray passes. They were certainly on top of the game. But I just think the clip of the head coach at the final whistle, when he's just stood and just completely dumbfounded, he didn't move. It felt like about 5 minutes, and he was just staring, thinking, how have we lost that? And I think that's what makes you feel sorry for him. It was just almost speechless, and there was a little bit of silence in my room. I just didn't know what to say.
Eugene, we spoke about how the first of Belgium's goals, the header from Vertonghen, was perhaps a bit lucky. Just before that goal, Roberto Martinez obviously made the double change, getting on Marouane Fellaini, which was a clear plan B. Nacer Chadli, perhaps just some fresh legs on one of the wings. But they turned out to be match-winning substitutions. Was it desperation from Martinez when he made those changes, or was it an inspired change to change the complexion of the match?
No, I felt it was, like you said, a plan B. He had planned Fellaini, obviously, his height, his presence up front. It did bring a lot of change. They scored headers. Because of the physical presence, and they want to counter-attack, men up top, play, and fast football.
But some defensive concerns, surely, Ashley, from the Belgian point of view, because Japan seemed to get quite a bit of the ball in the wide areas. They made that possession count as well. And you feel that this is an inherent flaw, perhaps, with the system that Martinez plays?
Yeah, I think so. I think all the times when you play 3 central defenders, it leaves you a little bit vulnerable in wide areas. You're supposed to drop into a 5. We can actually see it if you want on the board. Like we mentioned, we know that obviously Belgium play with this 3-4-3, if you like. Japan was in the 4-2-3-1. So Belgium line up like this. They play with 3 central defenders that you can obviously see back here. And I've played in a back 3, and no central defender likes to be pulled wide, if you like, in a back 3. And as you see it progress into the shape, if you want, this is what we're talking about. So 3 central defenders, you always have protection if you narrow across the pitch. And what you need when you're playing 3 central defenders is you need your wing backs to come back and form a 5 into this position. And when that happens, as a central defender, you feel nice and safe. But what was happening in the game is obviously Belgium were in, a lot of the times comfortable possession, and they were trying to attack. But what happened is if they gave the ball away, all of a sudden the Japanese were that quick. Hamaguchi on one side and Inu on the other side, and they were getting themselves into these positions, and this is where the first goal come from. So the Japanese would win the ball back, they'd get it out wide, and then all of a sudden you start seeing central defenders getting themselves in little foot races, if you like, caught wide, and that's never what they're after. They want to get narrow, and you see like Inu ends up getting a 1v1 situation, if you like, at times, and that was what would cause them a lot of problems. So you don't want to be pulled into this position as central defenders, you don't want to be called wide, and obviously then you can get took on 1v1, and 1v1 is always a pet hate from a central defender. If you're playing a 4, you normally have your full-backs alongside you, and if you're playing a 3, you want your wing-backs alongside you. No central defender really is small and mobile where they want to get dragged wide, and I think that's where the first goal from, and something that other teams can look at, you know, try and stretch this back 3 and get some width before they drop into a back 5.
Eugene, of course, Brazil up next for Belgium, and those wide players, you know, that Ashley just pointed to, they are likely to be Neymar and Willian, and they could really trouble Belgium if they were to get the same sort of space that we saw the Japanese get last night.
Oh, it would be a treat for them. I feel Willian and Neymar are very good one-on-one, and leaving them one-on-one is going to be very bad for them. But the thing is that Carrasco and Munir playing on the wings, I'm a bit hesitant whether they would really want to come back and defend. You hardly see them coming down and defending, but if they don't, Neymar and Willian are going to hurt them.
24 matches, Ashley, Roberto Martinez has now been in charge of the Belgian side. He only lost his first one, that was a friendly against Spain. Since then he's won 18. They're unbeaten, of course, in 23 matches. But every time, you know, Belgium turn up against a big side, you know, there isn't a lot that's convincing about them. Why is it that, you know, that Martinez is looked at like that?
Well, I think, for one, the Belgians are very territorial. You know, they don't like foreigners. I think Roberto Martinez is only the 3rd foreign coach of that national team. They don't like it. You know, they have their own language. Yes, they're close to France. You know, they can speak French, but they also have their own language, which they pride themselves on. So communication is always hard. Then he leaves out Natangan, I think the central midfielder, which didn't go down well. He's a fan's favourite, obviously easy on the eye. So they've never quite took to him, and he always concedes a lot of goals. At club level, for Everton, for Wigan, he conceded a lot of goals, and they're aware of his history. And like I say, they wanted a Belgian coach. They got Roberto Martinez, and you have to think he's had results, but the fans still don't like him. So it's almost like they're waiting for him to do something wrong so they can sack him. You know, I think if they would have lost that game last night, it would have been an absolute banker. He would have got sacked, which is probably why he deflects all the questions in the press conference. He can smell it coming, and if you listen to his press conference, he's already talking about when the Belgians go home, they should be very proud, get into the quarterfinals. So he's already preparing for failure in my eyes.
Okay.